Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Naturally Yours podcast, where we celebrate our beautiful women of color while spotlighting their success and bringing more awareness to their natural hair. So, today I have a very special guest. Of course, I'm your host, Ty the Natural. And today I have the pleasure of interviewing someone so near and dear to my heart. She is a motivational speaker. She is also a two-time CEO of Bless Her Own Empire and Create Your Own Empire. Plus, she's a mother, she's a wife, and she's a friend. Help me welcome my girl, my sister, the one and only Shannon Brown.
Yay! Hey, Ty! I am so excited to be here, and I truly appreciate you bringing me on the show. I mean, I've been waiting, so I am very excited. I remember shooting my shot, like, "Hey, girl."
I know, we were like, I gotta get you on the podcast, girl. I have to get you on the podcast. So I'm super excited for this episode. I'm so happy that we finally got to work through our schedules to get it scheduled, girl.
Yeah, absolutely.
So happy. So thank you for being here today.
Yes, thank you for having me. From the time we've, first met and connected, I thank God for our relationship, how it has bloomed, because it's more than business, right?
Yes.
It's more than business. It is us like literally mentoring each other, loving each other, and like really caring about each other. And that's what makes like when you find somebody that like really gets it, really understands it, right? I always felt like we always send our little sweet voice messages to each other. And so, I really appreciate you. Thank you so much for what you're doing. And I'm excited.
Yes, I'm excited because I appreciate you. You inspire me. I was praying earlier to God and I was like, thank you, God, for allowing me to cross paths with Shannon. Because she's such a genuine and beautiful soul, and I'm just so grateful that I have her in my life.
Aww.
And I have a friend like her, someone that's really caring and loving, someone that I can relate to, someone that I have so many things in common with. And I was like, I even see us on stages together. So I'm like, I'm so thankful. Like we came into each other's life for a reason.
For a reason, right? And
Yes.
I'm telling you, I'm so grateful, girl. You stay in my prayers. I'm always praying for you and your family and what you have going on. And it's just like we are both like at the like beginning of our journeys, right? Even though it feels like we've done so much, we've put so much work in, I still consider this to be like the beginning of like something great. And when you meet at the beginning, you get to go through the journey together. Like you get to struggle together. Like, girl, we be calling each other, we get to like struggle together, cry together, laugh together.
Right.
And hold hands together and pull each other up. And so when we reach our pinnacle, and when we get to the top of the mountain, because I tell people all the time, the air is thin at the top. The air is thin at the top for a reason. And so you have to condition yourself. But the journey is so much better when you get to do it with somebody else.
Yes.
And that's why I am super grateful for you. And I mean super grateful. I really am.
I'm so grateful for you too.
Black girl love, black sister love, black girl magic,
black girl magic,
all of the above.
Yes, all of it on steroids. So let's get you introduced to our audience, because I know everyone wants to know just how wonderful you are and who you are. So why don't you introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about yourself, Shannon?
Hey everyone, I'm Shannon Brown, the CEO of Create Your Own Empire and Bless Our Empire, and I'm the new podcast host of my favorite B words, Bibles, Business, and Babies. Y'all, I'm a mom of 4, and I've been married to my high school sweetheart. I think we're getting ready to hit our 19 years together. And I'm a mom of 4, so my life is very chaotic. I cannot promise you that at some point some child may not pop up next to me. I always try to give people that forewarning, because it's just me. When you're a mom of 4, it's only but so many children you can hide in so many places, and I'm already hiding in the closet, so they'll find me. Um, as a Christian-led business coach, I love business, I love marketing, and so when I'm under Create Your Own Empire, when I have that hat on, my goal is to really teach new online entrepreneurs how to create, build, and grow their online entrepreneurs in a way that makes God happy. Because y'all, there's so many people out here starting businesses for the wrong reasons, and I know because I was one. I've been in business for close to 10 years, and I'm just understanding what that means to build for God and not to build for myself, or not to build to please others, but to literally build something alongside with God. And so I am so grateful for that. And then I own this really cool a merchant apparel company. It's called Bless Her Empire. And I went from selling pop culture like manifestation tees to literally just focusing on spreading God's love and message, because God this is my greatest talent he gave me, was the ability to be able to talk and speak. And if I'm going to do that, I want to be out there like literally spreading his love, his word, his joy in every single thing that I do. So I asked God to use me, to let me, be the vessel to, not only, build something but to be able to create an environment that where people can, like, when they look at me, when they talk to me, when they hear me, they feel the Holy Spirit, they see the God within me. Because a lot of us, people, most time people's first interaction with Jesus or God is through you, right? So I always want to make sure that people feel that when they see me. So that's just me.
You definitely bring it out, girl. You definitely bring it out. And I love that about your brand, because we need more Jesus. We need more of our Father in everything that we do. And it's like, if he's not in the plan, then your plan is not going to go well. He has to be in the plan. So I love that. I love that you make sure that everyone knows that, and you bring that forefront every day in your content. Absolutely. And everything that you do.
Everything that I do. I've tried it the other way, which was my way, right? Like we are people where we want to feel like we accomplish things, like we did it, we grind, we hustle. But where are we getting the energy to do these things? Where and how, right? Only from our God. And so I just always want to make sure, because unfortunately, since I work with new online entrepreneurs, the dropout rate is extremely high. And I believe that just as much as we know that there's good forces out there in the world, we know that the enemy is out there too. And you trust and believe the enemy wants to partner with you in business as well. Just as much as God wants to partner with you in business, the enemy wants to be your business partner as well. So what the enemy will do is he will give you the things that you want, right? The big car, the big house, the money. But he will also steal your happiness. He will also steal your joy. He will also steal that time with your family. He will also break you down. He will also stress you out. He will also do all those things. But when you build your business with God, guess what? God will give you those things when he knows that you're fit, right? It's just like, it's like giving a baby candy like at midnight, right? Like that's the enemy, right? Like that's the devil. Devil's going to give it to you because he knows you really want it. But it's not the best thing to do, right? We don't want to give a baby candy right before bedtime because they won't go to bed. Right. But, God is going to say, I'm going to give it to you at the right time. And that's something that I've had to learn, because I've had the money. I've made the money in a business. But when you're not doing things the God way or the right way, like that money, right? Money can literally lead to depression. Money can lead to so much more anxiety than you think, because everybody thinks the answer is more money, right? Just need more money.
That's not the answer.
But Biggie said it best, because it's more money, more problems. And if you're not ready to handle that, then you're just literally, manifesting your way into a bad situation. You're manifesting your way into a partnership with the enemy, and that's just not right.
That's the last thing we want. And girl, I love that you brought that up, because I never heard anyone say that. I never heard someone specifically say, hey, be careful who you partner with. You may be partnering with the enemy. Wow. That's a whole bar.
Come to think about it. So
That's
But
a
it's
whole
I mean,
bar.
it's a way, like, when we seriously, when you think about it, right?
Mhm.
The enemy wants to partner with you too, and everything that you do in life. He wants to be connected to you just as much as God wants to. And we have to decide who it is that we want to partner with in
Yes.
life and business and our relationships and our personal life. Like, who is it that you want to really be your partner? A person
Right.
that's going to give you everything, right?
Right.
Yeah. But that's why you have so many rich people who are depressed. That's why you
Yes.
have so many
Sad,
people who commit
suicidal.
suicides and things like that. So there's a lot that really goes on there. Everybody has that choice, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
I've made that choice without even knowing. Sometimes you don't even know that you partner with the enemy, right? Because
Okay.
one of the things that just within my studies, because literally, like, I'm a Bible, like, I love reading my Bible now, which is, I don't want to say it's crazy, but just like given, my life, I love reading the word of God. And just from reading the word of God, I've learned that the devil, right, our enemy, he is not going to like present you with something bad, right?
Right.
He's
Right.
going to present you with that shiny object that you
Mm-hmm.
really want, right?
Yes.
The Bible describes him as being very crafty,
Mm-hmm.
very smart, like this is someone who knows how to put something in front of your face, just like he did with Eve and the apple, like, oh, look at this.
Yes.
Right. And the
Right.
enemy knows God's words. So the enemy knows how to take God's words and twist them against you so
Yes.
that you think that you're getting this God-given thing, and boom, because that's literally what he set out to do, right? Is to confuse us, to, get us to go against God's word. And if you're
Yes.
not listening, if you're not paying attention, it can be you so easily, right? Be
Mm-hmm.
caught off guard from that. And so you have to be very careful because,
Right.
that thing that just seems, oh my gosh, that's so good to be true, right? Come on now. We on social media, we all in an age where all of us are trying to scale as fast as possible, right? And
Right.
so we all,
Right.
how many times, or I've been so many victims to so many ebooks that tell me I can grow in 30 days or 100,000 subscribers or, X, Y, and Z, or six
Right.
figures in 6 months. But
Right.
that was the case, oh my gosh, everybody would be running around here
Okay.
with six figures and things like that. So you just have to know, always be cautious of what's being held out in front of you. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like that thing
Mm-hmm.
that you really want, right? Oh my God, I really want a nice new car. But you know, you didn't got
Right.
it.
Do
That
you
was the
really need
enemy's
this car?
way, right? That was the enemy's shiny object to hold in front of
Yep.
you. He gives this to you, and you never know, right? It might not have been God's plan for you to
Right.
get this luxury vehicle that you speed in, or
Right.
and all of these different things. So I'm just so cautious now, of how I'm operating in my
Right.
life. You know what I
Good.
mean? Because I have
Yes.
operated from the other side. My eyes were closed to where my eyes were closed where I would just accept, or I see something, oh my gosh, and you think it's for you because you want it,
Uh-huh. Right.
but
Right.
it is not really the case. Like,
Then when you do get it,
I'm
you like,
grown.
why did I get this? Why
Right? Why did I
now
get
I
this?
can't afford this. Why did I even purchase this?
Exactly. Now you're in debt. You don't got your car repossessed, or you can't. You know what I mean? You can't afford it, and
Right.
now then you go to like think, well, now it's God's fault. It wasn't God's to give you in the beginning.
Anyway, right, right. This wasn't for me to give you anyway. So it's
Exactly.
like you got
Exactly.
that because of your own desires. I didn't
Mhm.
specifically advise you to go get this vehicle. I already had blessed you with one that was currently still working.
Exactly. Exactly. So, I had to stop chasing a lot of things in my business, right?
Yes.
And I just always pray, like, God, I'm working with people. Like, I have people's
Hmm.
businesses in my hands and my heart. So, just allow me to, help mentor people in a way and teach people in a way that I know you want the money. I know you want the fame. I know you want to be Insta famous. I know you
Right.
want to blow up on
Right.
TikTok. But
Hmm.
is that what God wants for you right now in your life? And
Right.
what can we do right now inside your business that's going to impact? Because every business, impact somebody, right? Like our
Right.
businesses aren't for us, although
Right.
we build them, right? They're for our audience, our
Right.
community, and things like that. So if
Right.
we're operating our business from a us standpoint, then we
Mm-hmm.
are disservicing the people because we're putting our own needs and desires before the people. All
Right.
right. I want to
Right.
create this type of content. I want to do this. I want to
Right.
do that. But it's not really what your people need or what the community wants.
Right.
And I've,
Right.
I've I've done all of that. So I literally speak from all my past mistakes. That's how I teach.
Which is the best way, because that helps other people not make the same mistakes. So
Yeah.
you're shortcutting their mistake path to much shorter, because you're telling them what not to do.
Yeah. What not to do, right?
Right.
Because I wish somebody told me what not to do that
Okay.
long time ago. And
Yes.
and sometimes we hear so many things, but you got to be open into listening to.
Right. Right. Absolutely. So tell us, how many businesses do you think you own before you finally shifted your mindset to more spiritual?
Oh my gosh. Well, my very first business was like 10 years ago. It was called Butters, Bombs, and Beauty. I have this thing with the letter B. Must be because I'm
Yes, you
proud,
do.
right? I
Butters,
do
bombs, and beauty.
Butters, Bombs, and Beauty. Um, and okay, funny story, right? So before Butters, Bombs, and Beauty, I wanted to open up, and my husband brought this up the other day, and I'm looking at it right here because I'm in my closet. So I'm gonna have to show you. But I had this idea to do a baby eBay, and I was gonna call it Baby B Bids, where people can come and like, auction off their old baby stuff. Cause I just had my second kid. I just had Halo. And I had,
Gotcha.
oh, what are we gonna do with all this extra baby stuff? And I'm like, well, instead of putting it on eBay, wouldn't it be nice to like just create a site? And looking at it from 10 years, I mean, literally, imagine if I would have did it right and stuck through with it.
Girl,
But
that would have blew
then
up.
back then, like getting someone to build me an auction site, it was so expensive. And once I started hearing all that it would take, I immediately shut down. Girl, I spent like $500 on an LLC, going through LegalZoom and all this other thing. I'm gonna
Oh,
snap
wow.
pictures so you know. And then after that, I became a little bit more practical with myself.
Right.
I could not afford a bottle of Eucerin for my daughter, which was $11. And I had like less than $20 in my bank account. And so my neighbor let me borrow some ingredients to make some body butter. And then
Okay.
I gave her the rest of it. And when she asked me to make her more, I was like, bing, bing, business idea,
Bing.
right? Oh,
Yes.
I could just make this. And so one
Yes.
thing about me, just like me being my personality, I'm super free spirited. I want to do everything, which is like a gift
Girl,
and a
that's
curse.
me.
Like it's a good thing
See,
and
this
it's
is
a
why we
really
met.
bad thing because when you want to do everything and you're really ambitious like me, you will try everything. But not everything you do works out. So you will have a lot of failures in the process.
Yes.
And if you're
Yes.
not mentally strong enough to get over failure after failure after failure, because let's see, I had my baby auction site, I had Butters, Bombs, and Beauty. That went so well until I moved because we're military. So me and my husband,
Right.
we both been in the military. He's been in since high school. I went in a little bit after college. So I'm coming up on 13 years, 13, 14 years. I don't know. Um,
Woo.
but when we moved, right, my
Mm-hmm.
foundation was broken. I never really set the foundation for my business in the first place because all I wanted to do was what? Make money. That was
Right.
my thing. So when I got money, I didn't even properly understand how to manage money. So
Right.
I would make money in my business. Of course, I would put it back into my business, but the additional money, oh my gosh, I was going out. Man, we was buying. Me and my husband, we laugh about this all the time. We used to go to the Polo Factory. We are heavy casino goers. It's all like all the money at the casino, just like, and this is why I tell y'all, like, God blesses you when you're ready,
Right.
and the devil will give you things that you think that you need and you necessarily don't.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause y'all, I was
Right.
making money, but I wasn't doing the things that I needed to do with the money to show for it now. Cause like I should be a multi-millionaire by now. I promise you I should be
But it's
a
okay,
multi,
because now you're
but
gonna do
it's
right with the
okay,
money.
exactly. And then so I had that, and then I started up my hair company because I used to sell weave, right? Weave
Okay.
and wigs because I've been doing hair since I was 13.
Got
And
you.
so, being a mom of four, I got three girls, like hair is my thing. And
Right.
so I sell hair, and boom, it was booming when I was in Houston. Then I moved to Kentucky, like the middle of nowhere,
Uh-huh.
and I had to like literally restructure. And I think that, you asked me how many times did it take me to fail, or how many times did it take me? It took me, I don't know, three, maybe four times,
Mm-hmm.
before I was finally like, wait, I got like, if I'm gonna be a coach, if I'm gonna be really serious about this, I gotta like X out me, right? Because
Right.
it's not about me. And I preach that a lot. Like, it is literally about helping others, right? So
Right.
I really try to do that with all of my heart. I'm such a giving person. Sometimes
Right.
I give too much. Every
Right.
coach worries about that. Am I giving too much?
Yes.
I've done free
Yes.
consultation. Like, I've done way beyond some of the things that I probably should do. But the thing is that I know that I'm gonna be blessed in a different way, right? Like, I
Yes.
know I'm gonna be blessed in a different way,
Right.
and that's what I'm super grateful for and thankful for, because I had to learn, although I'm free-spirited, and we talked about this, earlier today, right? Understanding that structure and learning how to structure your business.
Mm-hmm.
So, one of my favorite verses in the Bible is Proverbs 21 verse 5,
Mm-hmm.
and it's, good planning and hard work lead to prosperity, but hasty shortcuts lead to poverty. And I have taken so many hasty shortcuts in my life. I have, right? Like, I'm always like, how can I, right?
Right.
Um, and it just really like led me down to like wasting money, and not really having anything to show for it. But
Right.
it's too, when we listen to that first part of that, right? Being a
Mm-hmm.
good planner and a hard worker. I'm a really hard worker,
Yes,
right?
you
Like,
are.
I think it's in my blood. Like, everybody in my family, they're really hard workers. My mom, she always worked 3 jobs. Like, my dad's a hard worker. My grandfather, my grandparents, really hard workers. But when I look back at it, right, because
Mm-hmm.
it's 2 things that lead to prosperity. It's not just one, it's the good planning. And I'll kind of look back not at myself, but also at my family line, right? How are we working so hard, but the generations don't have nothing to show for it because of
Right.
planning, right?
Right.
Financial planning, life planning, right? Planning
Mm-hmm.
for, those are the things that are really, really, really important. And when we incorporate that back into being entrepreneurs, you have some people who are really good planners and just don't know how to execute.
Right.
Right? They can plan out their whole day and don't get nothing done.
Yes.
And then you have some
Yes.
people who grind and hustle all day and still don't get nothing done. So it's most definitely a two-tone thing there that
Mm-hmm.
has to work. And that's
Yes.
something like me getting back into my Bible, because I promise you, the Bible literally has the answer to everything that you're looking for:
Right.
business, life, love, depression, anxiety, all of those things. Imagine if they were talking about that centuries and centuries and centuries ago, it still
Right.
applies to today, right? Because Jesus was talking about people who were broke, right?
Yeah.
Like, back then, people were worried about their business. People
Right.
were worried about depression and
Right.
anxiety and being broke and not having anything.
Right.
It still applies to today.
Yes, girl. It's just what there's nothing new under the sun, as they say.
No,
Nothing.
nothing.
Nothing. Everything that something that somebody wants to do, somebody already done it.
Already done it. That's why I tell people, unless you're a unicorn, and I know
Right.
you're not,
Right.
and I know you're not.
Okay. You not at all. Okay, so why don't you tell us what made you become an entrepreneur, and what has been one of the most difficult situations that you have encountered, and how did you overcome it?
Oh my God. Okay. Like, true story, y'all, like, no fluff. I lost my job. I had me, I'm in the military, and I got me a good government job, as my mom would say. Cause
Hmm.
that's what she like to call it, your good government job, right? So, for one, when you're in the army, two myths that people believe: when you're in the army, you automatically have money. That's
Right.
not the case. Like, y'all, we were struggling. Like, and I know we were struggling. For one, we were like young and pretty irresponsible with our money, but you
Right.
really don't make that much money in the army, like, y'all. So if you got somebody in your family that's in the army, y'all, I'm telling you, they don't make that much money. They don't.
Got you.
So I lost my job. And when I lost my job, to be honest with you, I was devastated.
Got you.
That was the onset of like a really big shift in my life where I was like, I worked so hard for this company, right? For
Right.
this place.
Right.
And y'all let me go like that? Like, girl,
Right.
they fired me 3 days after my wedding date. And I came
Really?
in, yeah, like I came in on the day I got married to my job. And they fired me 3 days later. No
Now
heads
that
up,
was
no
a load of
warning.
crap.
No heads up, no warning. They fired me on a Wednesday. They told me they called me in on a Wednesday. So somebody like higher up, like once they realized it was my wedding day that day, um, they were like, give her Monday off. Like, come on, y'all. Like, she's in here on her wedding. Like, give her Monday off. They gave me Monday
Right.
off. I came in Tuesday. Everyone was kind of acting a little funny, but it just works. The Wednesday, girl, they sat me in the office first thing in the morning. They told me Friday would be my last day. They didn't even give me 2 weeks, you know?
Wow.
So I was heartbroken. I was devastated. It still kind of like affects me. I'm much over it now. Used to be a time where I couldn't even tell the story without crying because I felt so robbed of
Right.
something.
Right.
And it was within that. When you lose something or something happened, whatever everybody like to tell you, girl, things happen for a reason. I didn't want to
Mm-hmm.
hear that. I didn't want to hear it. But I understand now that everything does happen for a reason. And
Yes.
we don't know what that reason is going to be, right? We
Right.
just have to really ride it out because that prompted me to never want anybody to ever take something away from me again.
Right.
Like, I ain't gonna bust my butt and work this
Mm-hmm.
hard for
Mm-hmm.
you at any given moment to take
Right.
that away from me.
Right.
And so, ownership is something really big to me, right? Create your
Yes.
own
Home.
empire, right?
Yes.
Of course,
Yes.
shout out to everybody who gets up and grinds because it's necessary at times, right, in life,
Yes.
until your business is up and fully running.
Right.
But if you're really serious about your business, right, you're
Mm-hmm.
gonna have to go through that struggle. And so, I hop from thing to thing to thing to thing until I found what I was really good at. And like I said, I
Right.
don't take back none of the failures. And it's not even really a failure. It's just that I quit because I didn't understand, a lot of things that really
Right.
come along with business. I had no mentors. I wasn't really investing in myself as far as like education. But now I'm in a different light, right? Now I teach. Now I get it. And
Right.
once you get it, you really see the value of it. So yeah, it was like I'm never gonna have anybody take something away from me.
Right.
At any given moment when they feel like it. And
Right.
that's what literally was like, okay, you gotta start your own business.
Okay.
You're gonna start a
Okay.
baby auction site.
Yes. Yes. Well, excuse me.
It's fine.
I love that you took a low moment and you didn't like stay in it. You kept going, you kept pushing, you kept moving forward. Then you tried out multiple things, which honestly, I feel like that's so important because my brother, he actually tried several different jobs, right? And I would always be like, dang, bro, you moving around, ain't you? Because I was the type that was stuck at the same job for
Right.
years. I was like, my first job was McDonald's. I was there 2 years. Then I left there after, when I got pregnant. I went on paternity leave, never came back. Went to Walgreens. I was there like 8 years, and
Really?
then left there. Went to Blue Cross Blue Shield, and I was there almost 8 years. And
Wow.
so those were all the jobs I ever had. Well, I
Wow.
had a couple temporary jobs and I did work at this, like these are my second jobs though. So I always used to have two jobs. Because at the time, that's how I thought we would get our money. We're trading our time
That's
for
right.
money. And
Money.
that's all I did. So I promise I missed a lot of time with my son because of that. But I think it's so important to bring it back full circle. I think it's very important to try different things because if you don't, you can miss out on learning a new skill. you can miss out on learning something that you really needed to learn.
Mhm.
You can miss out on learning something to apply to your business or to apply to your new journey. So, and I feel like by him going through different jobs, it has really absolutely helped him in the long run, because he got to learn different businesses and different techniques, different ways that companies run their business. And so I think all of that just helped him become the successful entrepreneur that he is today.
Yeah,
So
and that's the beauty of it, right? I could talk to people in the candle business. I could talk to people in so many different industries, and I understand what they're going through, and I understand their struggles.
yes, yes. And honestly, I think that's awesome, because you're super relatable and people need that. People need to have somebody genuine that they can confide in or talk to, get a honest opinion about something,
Mhm.
and know that it's coming from a good place.
Yeah, I hope, and that's all I ever hope to be. You know what I mean? Because I
Mhm.
understand the struggle. Like I really
Yes.
do. Oh Lord, there's somebody who knows it's me, and I'm telling you, Ty, I think God, after I lost that job, right? Like
Hmm.
I ended up like, getting everything kind of situated and back into the government. But every job I had since that one, I
Hmm.
was miserable at. And I
Hmm.
mean miserable. The pay just never equaled. And I made really good money. I mean
Hmm.
really good money, right? Being
Right.
in the government. But I was never happy. So it never
Right.
made at the end of those 2 weeks, it was never worth it for me because
Right.
I was so miserable trying to get the check. And I mean like miserable, which probably made me the person who I was, right? Like,
Right.
um, yeah, and I thank God I've just evolved. Like I'm always who you see, this always been me, right?
Right.
But
Right.
damn, I'm like an onion. Like there's certain layers and things
Layers.
like that we really gotta like get to. No,
Yes.
I just love, like, I'm serious. I told my husband the other day, I said, "I'd rather be semi-rich with you than be super rich with anybody else. 'Cause I really wouldn't trade my life." You know what I mean? This is the way I had to live my life for the rest of my life, I would be
Hmm.
satisfied just because I'm very blessed. I have so much. You know what I mean? Of course, we all struggle here and there, but I got
Right.
a good family, I got good kids, I got great business, I got good friends. Like, there's nothing else. If this was it, I would, at the end of the day, I would say, thank you, God, because you've already given me so much.
Yes. That's that gratefulness.
Yeah,
That's that
absolutely.
attitude of gratitude, y'all.
Absolutely. Like you look around, you think about it, right? There's somebody right there, right now, who's dying to
Yes. Oh
be
my
where
gosh.
you are, in a relationship that you are, the business that you have, the clothes that you have, right? The hair, right? I know, and I'm waiting for my hair question. But
You know it's
you
coming,
know,
girl.
I'm looking at your beautiful hair, right? And I'm over here looking like, damn, I gotta do my hair. But you know what? I'm just grateful because we gotta stop letting um things like that stop us from showing up, right? We got
Yes.
to stop letting, and that's what it means, right? To be naturally you. When you're naturally you, nothing can hold you back, nothing can
Yes.
stop you. Not a bad hair day, not a
Okay.
not a not a blemish, not a pimple, not a this,
Yes.
not a that. But when you're not naturally you, you don't get to operate in the fullness of you. And
Right.
that's what I love about you. I love that you
Aw.
really operate in your natural self. Like you're doing exactly what you're supposed to be doing and teaching people. And I know, I'm pretty sure you get met with resistance all the time because nobody wants to hear it. Um, but when you're
Yeah.
just you, right? You're
Yes.
you.
Yes. Yes. And I can truly be myself and let my light be as bright as I don't know what, because I don't have no one to tell me something different. Like, I know who I am, I know what I stand for, and this is what you're gonna get.
Period.
Period. You either like it, love
Period.
it, or hate it.
Exactly.
One or
That's
the other.
it.
So my last question for business is, what are your next steps for your business? What do you see for the future?
Oh man, whew, okay, that's a big question. For bless her empire. I'm most definitely seeing my company being able to grow to like where I can hire people and begin to develop, like a place where I'm able to employ people, and
Yes.
teach people a new skill.
Yes.
Like that's the ultimate goal. Of course,
Yes.
I would love to have a storefront,
I would love
but
that too.
I think ultimately I just want to be able to grow my business to
Hmm.
where I can employ other people. Right. I want to be able
Yes.
to employ, moms, I want to be able
Yes.
to employ, people who like really just like need it,
Yes.
and want it. So that's there. And
Yeah.
then I'm super crafty. Like I love crafting. Like
That you are.
I
Oh
love
my
crafting.
gosh. I love it. I love
So
it.
it really fits me. I love making shirts and cups and stickers. Like I could do that all day long. That's
Yes.
why I love doing that. Gotta find something that you love to do. I love
Yes.
to teach people. Some people have been like saying, teach a class, teach a class. I don't know. We got to see what guys.
Yes, girl, you can come
um,
up with one. You can
I
come
know,
up,
right?
girl, even if it's with the cricket, people will
Right.
tune into that. Girl,
I
I will
know.
tune
People
into
say
that.
that. People tell me that all the time. But with Create Your Own Empire, that has always had a bigger vision, bigger. On a, in the next, year or two, most definitely I want to reopen up my courses and classes. But
Yes.
lately, God has been showing me a different vision that I'm
Mm-hmm.
trying to really eye out for Create Your Own Empire. But
Gotcha. Mm-hmm.
ultimately, within the next 10 years, you will be able to walk into a Create Your Own Empire location. And each location will be like a business center for entrepreneurs that will have computers, printers, t-shirt printers, all the things that you need to get your business,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because that's one of the
Yes.
biggest struggles is like buying all the equipment and getting those things done. So I want places that has like, conference rooms for people to come in and teach courses, classes, a podcast studio, right? Because
Yes.
not everybody can afford podcast equipment. So I want to be able a place where, they can come pick up their mail, like a whole entire center, where people can come, and I want to put them in the areas that I want to start with the areas that I have lived in. So I'm born and raised in Baltimore,
Okay.
Maryland. I've lived in Houston, Texas, and I've
Okay.
lived in Fort Knox, Kentucky, and now I live here in Tampa, Florida. So I plan to have locations all around that serve, of course, like
Mm-hmm.
lower income
Less
families.
fortunate.
Yeah, the less fortunate, um those who just don't have it but really
Mm-hmm.
want it, right? So just
Yes.
imagine being able to go into a center to record your podcast, right? And not
Right.
having to buy a microphone, not having to have the computer, not having to buy the editing software, all those things, something that can get you going, right? Until you're
Right.
going to you'll be able to do that. So that is my ultimate goal, in the next 10 years, is to be able to actually have that facility for people to be able to go into. I'm talking everything, crickets, silhouettes, the
I
cameos,
love it.
whatever you
I
need.
love it.
You need t-shirts,
All right here in this
you
facility.
right here. You want to take pictures, like all of that,
Right here. I
all of
love that. I
all
love
in
that
one,
idea.
all in
That's
one.
amazing. That's gonna be amazing.
That's
I
it.
can't
That's
wait
it.
to be there when you cutting the red ribbon, girl. For opening day, girl. I'm gonna be
Open
right
it there,
there
right there,
videotaping.
and right there, and it's gonna happen. You know what I mean? It's
Yes,
gonna
it's
happen,
most definitely gonna happen. I'm gonna be right
and
there to see it.
it just takes the
Flying in.
work to do it. Yeah, I'm gonna fly you in
Yes.
first class.
Aw.
First class, and
Definitely
it's
gotta
gonna
bring
be
you a gift.
yeah, it's gonna be it's what's gonna be needed. So just being able, and I'm really big on helping community. Like,
Yes.
before you touch the world, you got to touch the people around you, right? You got
Yes.
to touch your
Yes.
local community. So,
Yes.
everywhere I go, because we are military, I always try to find out how can I help my local community. And so now that I'm finally settled in, that is something coming up. I wrote it down last night. So, once you write it down, you got to make it real.
Yes.
Being able to buy backpacks for kids, school supplies for kids,
Yes.
food for, Thanksgiving, gifts for Christmas, because,
Yes.
what's the point of building all of this if I
Hmm.
can't give back? And
Right.
so, you don't
Right.
have to have a lot, but when you can tap into the power of community, you'll be amazed about how many people will come out and support you. So that is always like the ultimate goal, is to help the people around me, and be able to build up my community wherever I go.
Yes. Yes. I love that. I love that. I love that we both working in the community. I just joined a program called Diamond in the Rough, and I'm
Mm,
actually going to be one of the board members as well as a coach slash mentor for the children.
wow.
And I'm really going to be mentoring them about, self-care, confidence, teaching them how to be a business savvy woman, a classy woman, um, giving them some insight on, what a marriage looks like, why
Hmm.
you should wait
A
for marriage.
Proverbs 31 woman. I love it.
Yes, yes, because they need it. They need it. They need
Hey,
they need great role models, because there's not a lot out here, and this is going to be perfect for me, because I'll be able to teach them why they're beautiful, why they're unique, why their hair is absolutely amazing, and why, nobody can tell you different. So I
mm,
can't wait to like speak life into them. So I was super honored to be asked to be a part of this.
yeah,
So
absolutely. That is awesome.
I,
Congratulations, girl. Well, we got to talk more offline about that,
yeah,
because I got
yeah,
to know about that. I love
yes,
that. I
yes,
love it.
yes.
I love it.
Thank you. So last question, sis, because I know you got to go. So tell us a little bit about your natural hair journey. Have you always been natural? Did you transition, or did you do a big chop? And then what has been your hardest struggle when it comes to your natural hair?
Okay. So I have such a sad story. Like, it's so sad. We're gonna be like, oh, okay. When I was probably 4, maybe 5,
Mm-hmm.
my mom, she worked out in DC. So she would take me to this daycare.
Mm-hmm.
And unfortunately, I caught some type of fungal infection in my hair, and
Right.
all my hair fell out.
That
All
is
my
just
hair fell out. I was like
so depressing.
5, 4 or 5, right? I remember being at the playground with, like, hats on. I'm the only kid out there with a hat and no hair, right?
Oh,
Um, and
poor
you
baby.
from a young age, you have to either develop the confidence
Mm-hmm.
to still stand up, right? Or
Mm-hmm.
you're going to be swallowed by
Yes.
your own self, like doubt, self-hate, yeah, oh gosh, not feeling like you're pretty. For one, I thank
Right.
God, because I got this beautiful smile, and people have always told me that. So, um,
That you do.
keep smiling, right? So
Yes.
I lost my hair at a very young age, and I
Mm-hmm.
remember having to go and get, like the little shots in your head and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
So my hair never really had like a real fair, healthy start.
Right.
My mom didn't know how to do hair, but
Mm-hmm.
she learned how to braid. And so
Okay.
once my hair started growing back, she said
Mm-hmm.
that she got tired of paying the lady $20 to braid my hair. And I'm like, gosh, what I would do for someone to do
Right.
$20 now.
$20.
Yeah, it's like, I got tired of paying that lady $20. So she said she learned how to braid hair, and my mom used to braid my hair, and she used to put the barrettes. And I grew up in, majority white, community and things like that. So I'm the only little black girl coming to school with these like long braids and the
Mm-hmm.
bobos at the end. And so, everyone loved it.
Right. Right. They
Like,
thought
that
your
was
hair was
cool.
cool.
That's right. They thought my hair was cool. And so, but then, when you do have a whole bunch of white friends growing up, everybody get to get in the pool, everybody get to put their
Mm-hmm.
hair up on a ponytail, everybody get to do all these things, right?
Right.
And you do look at that and you say, I want that, right?
Right. Right.
And then I used to spend a lot of time with my grandparents. And my grandmother, she had my uncle's girlfriend to put a perm in my hair.
Mm.
And the first time I got a perm in my hair, girl, you couldn't tell me nothing. Because mind you, right, I ain't never have hair before. But all of a
Right.
sudden, I get this perm and I got hair down here. My hair
Right.
ain't been that long since. So it was like past my shoulders, and she
Uh-huh.
braided it up all summer. My hair was the cutest, but then I had to go home. My mom
Right.
didn't know what to do with my hair. So
Right.
then she would take me to salon to get perm. It's just treatment and treatment and treatment. And it just broke it back off, and it just damaged it
Oh.
all over again. So, about around the time I was 13, I became very interested in learning how to do hair. I started off with learning how to cornrow. And once I learned how to cornrow, I started cornrowing my own hair. Then I started learning
Mm-hmm.
more about weave. So like back then, like 2005, yeah, about 2004, maybe a little bit earlier than that, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was looking at the pictures. That's why I'm laughing. We were going back down memory lane this weekend. And I'm like, I used to wear my hair like this. Like, what was I thinking? Why would y'all let me go out like this? Like, why? Like my weaves, I don't even know. Wigs have transformed in the last few years. They weren't always like that. I
No.
used to like glue in my hair. Right. I used to like either perm my front, perm my edges, leave a little, leave out in. So I love long hair. Like I love long hair.
Me too.
So
Me
I
too.
love me like a long wig. I love those things. But it's just not healthy for your hair. So one
Right.
day we'll talk about a big chop. My husband comes home, he probably thought I was having like some Britney Spears moment. Cause I'm like, look, I already shaved the back of my head. Girl, it looks so jacked up. I'm already shaved the back of my head. So if you don't shave the rest, I'm gonna walk around like this. So he ended up he shaved all my hair. I'm gonna send you that picture too. I shaved all my hair off. I was bald.
Oh
And I
my
was
goodness.
and I loved it, right? Because I'm like, look, if my hair isn't growing, because my hair wouldn't grow in the back.
Mm.
All this was like long, but this was
Right.
just back. It was just short. Like
Huh.
could not grow in
Stubbies.
back. So cut it all off because
Right.
it has to grow back even, right? Either I'm
Right.
gonna have this really short bush
Right.
or what. So I cut my hair off then. And once it started growing back, I kind of like did the whole like little Rihanna bang thing. I'm
Okay.
gonna send you these pictures. It's just
Okay.
hilarious.
Girl, I can't wait.
Um, and then one thing about me is I don't like when other people do my hair. Even if I let somebody else do my hair, I'm gonna learn just like my mom did. I'm gonna learn how to do it. So
Okay.
when I moved to Houston, right, and I was into the hair business, I used to go to someone and I used to make my own wigs. And I would go to her to have
Uh-huh.
her sew the wig on, right, and style it. And that was
Right.
like $75. And after like the third time going, I'm like, all she doing is just basically sewing this thing. So let me learn how to sew wigs. So then I
Right.
learned how to actually sew and make wigs and hand make wigs. That's kind of did it myself, right? Then, because one thing I will spend all day on my hair and not bat an eye. Like, I don't care.
Okay.
Let it be somebody else's hair. I'm like, oh my
Oh,
gosh, I can't believe I've been doing hair. That's me every time it's hair day with my girls. I can't believe I'm doing their hair all day. Let it be me. I don't care. I won't even eat.
right.
I'm like,
Okay.
I just need to get my hair done.
That'd
But
be me.
my struggle with my hair. So now, I did the wigs all the way up until I moved to Tampa last summer. Then it's too hot. It's just too hot out here to wear a wig. Like that
Right.
thing would be slid back. All right, this
Okay. Be sliding off. Like,
sliding
get
all
back
back.
on here.
So I had an old pack of hair in my closet, some twist hair.
Uh-huh.
Let me just try this. I never knew how to twist. I always knew how to braid and cornrow. I never knew how to twist. Let me just try it. I've never even braided my own hair before either. So let me just try it.
Right.
And I tried it and I loved it. And I've been like this since. I've been like this since. And my kids are like, wow, mom, this is the longest that you've ever had your hair. This is the longest you've ever kept a hairstyle. And I it's for one, it's super convenient. I can put it up, I can style it multiple ways, but ultimately I am the most comfortable in it. Yes,
Right.
y'all, it looks real natural right now. Like you don't even know. You probably, if I didn't tell you, did you think I had locks? Like I
Yeah,
think
I
you thought I
did.
had
I
locks.
thought you had I thought you had long, beautiful locks.
Yeah, you thought I had like long, beautiful locks. Yeah, I do every 2 weeks when I read. But they look so natural, right? And that's what I
Yeah,
love
they
about
do. They do. I'm
my
like,
daughter.
dang, sis, your hair long.
My daughter says when you don't do your hair, they really look natural. And I'm like, well, thank you. And it's not the look that I'm trying to go for, but thank you.
Right. Right.
But it took for me a long time. I'm not gonna lie, Ty. I can't wear my hair out like you. Like I need you. I know I can eventually. I gotta train my hair, right? Like,
Yes.
you
Yes.
have like that gorgeous hair, right? And
Oh,
if I wore my hair like that, y'all would think something Shannon is going through something. We got to fly down there. A phone call won't even do. This is going through something. So you have to know what works for you and what's comfortable for you, but what's also healthier for you.
Right.
Right. I'm telling y'all, because it's my hair. I could probably do my hair every week if I didn't have carpal tunnel. Because I have carpal tunnel in my hands. So like braiding and twisting those things. Now I'm like super slow. I used to be like Speedy Gonzalez with the braids.
Got you.
I just braided my daughter's hair. It took me 2 days. Lord Jesus. Ain't never taken me 2 days to do no hair before. But now, and she got a lot of hair. And I mean, she got a lot. But for me, I just take it. Like, it takes me like 6 hours. I'm ashamed. It takes me 6 hours to do this when years ago, before the carpal tunnel.
That's good.
This one took me like 3 hours.
Girl,
but now, because I got
carpal tunnel,
so I got to do like this. And they're pretty long. But I love it. I love it. I love the look. I don't know if I'll change. And here's the thing. I think that you have to find something that's comfortable with you, right? Like, not everybody's at that point where they can be natural, but I also believe it's the pressure of our society. We talked about it.
That's the problem.
Men can just literally up and roll out of the bed, but we got to make sure we look our best. And so that's something that I am working on, just that confidence. When you really operate in a guy confidence, who cares? Right. As long as the information is good, as long as what you're getting is value, who cares what my hair looks like? Who cares if I have a pimple on my face? I preach, I'm saying this now, right? But then when I got a pimple on my face, I don't show up.
Girl, I hate it. It'd be the worst, right?
It'd be the worst.
I got one coming up right here. I'm like, no, go away.
But I just went, like, I'm like, oh my God, thank you. Because last week was so rough for me and my face. Like, thank you. But, our hair as Black women, oh my gosh, we care about our hair. We're going to do anything to our hair. But we shouldn't do everything to our hair. And when you can get to the day where, regardless, you can, you take it out, you do the twist. I need like more volume in my hair. I need like that. You got volume.
I like volume. Yes.
Like you got volume. I don't got volume, girl. I got like, but God, at least God gave me the talent to be able to do my hair.
Yes, he did, girl. Because everybody, no matter how much they try, they ain't got it.
Yeah, not everybody. Yeah, not everybody has it. So
don't.
That's my hair journey and story. Now, would I ever? And I mean, I tell you, I like long hair. Would I ever put on a wig again? Yeah, it would have to be for like a real like special occasion where I'm like super Rapunzel. All right, I'm talking like 24-inch hair. I like my hair to be long.
I'm
short.
She went past her booty.
Hair. Right, I like my hair to be long, but
that's how I like my twists and my braids. I like mine to be down by my booty. I like mine to be long.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But you know what? With my wig, when I'm in my wigs, my husband does not like when I take off, like, because I take my wigs off. I don't keep them on. So now I'm like cornrow me. I'm like real natural me.
Right. Exactly. Like, hold up.
Yeah. So this way just like works. There's no surprises. We have this thing called wig off. So when I used to wear my wigs and like, he would see me in one room with the wig on, and then I come back out and the wig be off. So now like he was like, all right, look, you gotta announce it. Like you gotta say wig off so that I know and I'm not surprised when I come in and you don't have your wig on. Look, now this somebody I had been since I was 15, so he didn't seem like all. But yeah, so I used to be like, all right, wig off. And then I was taking my wig off. But now I don't have to really worry about that.
Right. So you keep your twisting. You like, shoot, I ain't got to worry about it now. Exactly. You ain't surprised at all.
Exactly. Now I just got to go like hair day.
Right.
Hair day. So that's that. That is that.
Well, I absolutely enjoyed this interview so much, Shannon. I learned so much more about you, even more. Love your story. Love the determination and drive that you have. Love that you tried failed, tried, failed, tried, and failed. And I love that I keep learning that we got so much in common.
Yeah.
Cause I be feeling like I be the only one that is like all over the place. Like honestly, my goal is to become a serial entrepreneur because I have so many things that I want to accomplish and do. So I feel like you, and it's so refreshing
Yeah.
to hear that you are into so many different pots as well. Because I'm telling you, because Tarika called me out on that. She was like, I really feel like, Ty, you're someone that wants to achieve so many things, that wants to do so many things, but we have to concentrate on one thing at a time because you can't grow that thing if you're doing so many other things. And
Exactly.
so, my brother told me this too. And it's just, I don't know what it is, but I'm so determined to get all of these things accomplished. So it was just so refreshing hearing your story. I just love that we have so much in common. I can't wait to have you back on the podcast. So
Absolutely.
hopefully in about 6 months or so, we can get you back.
Absolutely. I would love to.
Yes.
I would
Yes.
love to. I appreciate it. Girl, thank you so much for allowing me to, I get so excited. For one, I talk about this a lot. I have ADD. So it's very easy. I get very excited when I talk. So, I'm really am out here just trying to become a better me. And anybody listening to this
You
podcast,
are.
I'm not even trying to be cliche when I say it, but if I can do it, Lord God, you can do it too. Right.
Okay.
I have a stuttering problem. So I always know when I speak, I get so excited when I talk, for one,
Right.
especially when it's a topic that I love or it's people that I love.
Right.
But you can do it. There's a lot of things that may hold you back. You might feel like you're not qualified. You may feel like, I can't do this. You might even have something that can hold you back. But that's just the enemy's way of really trying to hold you down from completing your God-given, talent, or the reason why you were here put on earth. And you can do it. Like, I'm not even trying to be cliche when I say, like, yeah, and I say it, right? And, everybody says, oh, if I can do it, right? But it never really feels like that.
Right.
But if you guys got like a glimpse of my lifetime, of my story.
Mm-hmm.
I was pregnant at 15. Everyone counted me out a long time ago. I probably wasn't even supposed to be here. I've messed up. I've done so many things, but one thing I can say is this: is that we serve an awesome God who literally always has his arms open, waiting for you to return to him. So there's nothing that you can do that you can never turn back to God for. So I thank God for turning me back around to him, and
Yes.
being able to allow me to open up my eyes, my ears, my heart to his words and listening to his words. And I thank him for connecting me with good people, especially you,
Oh,
especially you, because you are my saving grace in more ways than you know it. And so I know that when we first connected, right, we would talk every now and then, and I
right.
remember, I never forget that message you sent me, and you were just like, I gotta do better at contacting people. And I thought about myself, right? Because that's
Uh-huh.
me. Like, I'm not on the phone quite often.
Right.
I got
Right.
so much going on, but
Mm-hmm.
it showed me that, like, you really care about me. Like, most people just, like, want you to be their friend, like, to coach. I'm not even lying, right? To kind of,
Right.
like, coach them, but,
Right.
like, it really showed me that you just cared about me,
Right.
and that was so refreshing, and I truly thank you for following through and, like, literally making our friendship a priority. And I would not trade it for the world. And I always got your back, and I love you. And thank you so much to your audience. And you guys are so blessed to have an amazing coach like Ty. I
Oh,
mean, like, literally, y'all, so blessed to have Ty in this platform. So please share all of her work, because that's how we grow. We grow when we share with others. And I just want to say thank you so much for letting me share my story on your platform.
you are so welcome, Shannon. So, so, so welcome. Thank you for those kind words. That truly pierced my heart. Like, I'm so, so grateful for those words. That means a lot to me. And ditto, right back to you. Like, I love you
Absolutely.
too. I'm so super grateful for you. So you're so talented. I just love it. I love the growth. I can't wait. I can't wait for your success. I look forward to, seeing it, living through it with you, and so much more. So why don't you tell the people where they can find you, where they can get your products so
Yeah,
that they can
absolutely.
tune into you.
You can hit me up if you're looking for business advice or marketing advice, small things like that. Hit me up on create your own underscore empire on Instagram. So that's create your own underscore empire. And then if you love Christian merchant apparel just as much as I do, shop with me at blessherempire.com.
Yes.
That's how you
Make
can
sure y'all
find
shop, girl, because sis got some bomb clothes.
me.
Okay.
Yes.
But that was our episode today with Miss Shannon Brown, our CEO and owner of Create Your Own Empire and Bless Her Empire. So make sure y'all hook up with Shannon. Y'all book a call with her. Y'all get some products from her. And we're going to see y'all on the next episode. Okay. I'm Tidy Natural, y'all. See y'all next time. Bye.